I guess we're good to go. Yep. Right, guys, welcome to the New Year's first Red Alert 3 game I've decided to cast. We heard Red Alert 3, and I welcome you to the Magmageddon between two teams consisting of very high players. Starting on top left, this is Blue Allies Dutcharmy, following with his ally, Red Allies AF, and then lastly we have Orange Empire ReadyPlayer1. And on the right side we have Teal Empire player, this is Bashley. Following with the yellow Soviet powerhouse, this is Dimon. And finally we have green Soviet players, probably green alert, I'm unsure, but his name is Uown, so I don't know. The two players, Ready Player 1 and Uown, I don't know, but I'm sure they are highly skilled because these players are the top tier, like they are sitting on top of the pyramid of the Red Alert skill ceiling. So we know that they only play with highly skilled players. Also, we see a very nice dancing of the engineer. Unfortunately for the Uown, he lost his engineer, and that's a bit bad start. And Empire already established a stronghold, following with a multi-gunner trade. This is so much of attempted credit for just one simple oil mill. In the meantime, Uown is having some difficulty losing all of his black troopers. Where is the cash bounty? I didn't think he had it unlocked yet. And trouble is still brewing. We see instant dojo already here, so there is no allies in the team of Dimon. So we don't see a multi-gunner threat from his own side, but unfortunately multi-gunner threat from the left side. We have two allies players. And speaking of allies, Dimon wanted to take the matters into hand and attacking and scouting the base of AF. On the meantime, we see some clash between Dutcharmy and the Bashley, but peacekeepers are preserving the superior numbers and now proceeding to the base of Bashley. He has mecha base, so Tengus will arrive in a short time. On the meantime, is this an indicator? Yep, there is a vindicator already, so Dutcharmy strictly goes for the aerial units. And also, not to mention that he deployed the first multi-gunner threat on the base of Uown. So it's going to be difficult. I don't think he can build... Okay, he can build a reactor here, so that's actually very nice. But Uown definitely needs some units to clear out this mess. And his answer is Tesla foil. So where did he get his super reactor? I mean, there should be his own super reactor, but where it is, I can't see it. Okay, no, this is Dimon's Tesla foil. I thought it was Uown's Tesla foil, but nevertheless. Now, Dimon is trying to block the refiner point of the Ready AF, and it's actually being cleared up by Dutcharmy at this point. Okay, no, he also has airfield. So ReadyPlayer1 is now shifting his focus to other things, I guess, because after all, Uown is a little bit crippled at this point and having some difficulties, but now the mess is cleared out and he is getting his super reactor. On the meantime, Dutcharmy is making some scouting runs and trying to find a suitable targets for his air force, but that's nice. Bashley is skipping Tengu spam and directly goes for tier 2 and getting some... Well, he gets a Tengu still nonetheless. But he's going for the tsunami tanks and the striker reactors, and that's actually nice. On the meantime, this tsunami tank is making short work of all of the peacekeepers around, but some management is being messy around here. On the meantime, Dimon aggressively expands all over the map. He is already 6 refineries. Dimon, what are you doing? I mean, this is a bit insane, and this is a lot. Like, you have built so much stuff all around the map, so it will be quite difficult for you to defend all of your refineries, all of your things, like your base infrastructure and stuff. I mean, not that bad, but expanding this rigorously without having any kind of units, that's something that I can't handle. That's for sure. On the meantime, well, Bashley is taking a retreat, and I think at this point the Dutcharmy AF and the ReadyPlayer1 should consider paying a visit to Dimon's base. I mean, Dimon's expansions at this point. So we see a very nice MCV building over the seas. He's protected well. In the meantime, hammer tanks are being produced. This engineer makes a wrong exit, a little haywire move, everything around there. But now all of these bullfrogs are taking down all of the vindicators. But this refinery is on the verge of being captured, but now suddenly dissolved immediately. Now hammer tank makes an exit, but exit point of the war factory is already targeted by two multi-gunner turrets, and the third one is being established as well, but this is not perhaps the best placement for this, for real. Now, flak troopers with magnetic mines try to deal damage to multi-gunner turrets, but the dogs are emerged, and now all of the flak troopers are pressed. This Tesla coil can't be built. I mean, that's not going to happen anytime soon, and Dimon cancels it as well, and the third drone gets destroyed on the meantime. This engineer may consider capturing the wall factor that this decides to destroy instead. In the meantime, we see just one single hammer tank from Uown, and magnetic satellite drop is used on the multi-gunner turrets, but I mean, they did their job, so it's not a really big deal. Now, on the meantime, things are looking a bit grim for Bashley. His instant generator is frost, so he can't get the power, and he has to protect. Oh my! That was with second Tengu goes and snipes it. On the meantime, he also lost his collector, so things are not very nice for him. But we have a decent land army. I mean, combined forces of Dimon and the Uown around the ground. We see lots of bullfrogs, by the way. I mean, there are no much, I mean, air force around this game. Only Tengus, sure, but there are no striker VXs. Now, Vindicators just die. I mean, 3 Vindicators for just one single hammer tank. Not the best trade we would like to go, but the Dutcharmy takes things into serious and goes for a cryo rush. I mean, not the cryo rush, but cryo harassment. Cryocopters are out, and they're targeting the Bashley. Bashley is a little bit pinned in his base, unfortunately. I mean, Dutcharmy even has some scouts in his base. On the meantime, unfortunately, the Uown's super reactor is completely exposed, and now bullfrogs are approaching. But I think the good amount of damage is already being dealt, but a little bit of micromanagement mistake happening from the ReadyPlayer1. I mean, his reactors are going back and forth. I don't think he is trying to do anything, but still, unfortunately, there's only one bullfrog left, and this bullfrog now is star rank, and the super reactor is very low HP. I think these Empire units with splash damage can actually destroy this super reactor. So the best reaction is very simple: just destroy or sell your super reactor or rebuild one. VX gets sniped immediately with this powerhouse of the bullfrog. Well, this super reactor survives, but I think you definitely need some engineer treatment. On the meantime, we see a massive unit clash happening in the middle of the map. Now, Dimon, with all of his economical advantages, tries to do the best he can. Bullfrogs are now engaging with the cryocopters, and he is trying to, I mean, Dutcharmy tried to buy some time. It actually works because that's a cryo shot, not even cryo blast. And there's also Delta airstrike. I mean, nicely placed over here, but these are just too many multi-gunner turrets. I mean, 4 of them should be enough. Now, ReadyPlayer1 makes actually a D-Day of a tank passion and just goes for the refinery, but I don't think that's going to work anytime soon. But I bit messed up the tank micro with the Uown happening around here, and we already lost 1 tank for nothing. In the meantime, tsunami tank numbers will rise. There's terror drones, so I think Uown should be able to handle this. The only issue is he can't handle the economy. I mean, his opponent already goes for the 4 refinery, and meanwhile, he's stricken to the 2. There's only one powerhouse left, and that's Dimon, and he is going to get to meet with the Dutcharmy's little sizable force, enough to destroy refineries and stuff. Now, bullfrogs are approaching on the cryocopters, which is nice. Tangus have arrived. The Bashley is trying to make it even scaled by engaging the Apollos, but I think instead of engaging the Apollos, she should directly go for the cryocopters. They are the things, I mean, they are the units that cause issue and trouble for the Dimon or any kind of player out there. Dimon is still, I mean, improving, and he is already tier 2. I'm sorry, tier 3, so that's actually nice. But by the meantime, I mean, we force launcher rockets. An ally player can actually build a multi-gunner turret, so that's something. Now, Athenic Cannon is on the field. If there is only one single terror drone, this could be very nice, and the Athenic Cannon weapon can be stolen with a hammer tank. A beautiful splash coming from the V4s. Now, Dimon is trying to make the play of hit and run. Oh no. Oh, so many infantry gets the caught of the crossfire of these V4 rocket launchers. Unfortunately, these infantries are now shelled with the V4s. On the meantime, we see MCV of the Uown get sniped immediately. Very unfortunate for the Uown, and he is seriously having some difficulty. On the meantime, his refinery is under threat, but not so long. There's a flak cannon already here, and Bashley gets his VXs just get slashed. on the mid-air. Unfortunately, things are not going very well for Bashley. His base is now being overrun with the force of the Dutcharmy. And there's only one powerhouse left, and that is Dimon. And he's trying to handle everything the AF can throw at him. This MCV somehow gets sniped. I don't know why, but I highly believe if that is because of the V-Force. And now the rocket barrages. There are so many units throwing rockets at EF. And what is this game? I mean, even though I don't like, for example, V-Force, I believe they are inferior artillery, but they're still an artillery nonetheless. But these are just so many rockets. And rockets are everywhere. On the meantime, Dutcharmy is operating on the backlines and try to harass the economy of the Dimon as much as he can. But I think he can also consider taking down refiners altogether. Now Dimon is also having some dreadnoughts now attacking the ReadyPlayer1. But now Tengus and the striker force has arrived to handle this. The only issue is this land army is at, I think it's unstoppable. I mean, nothing you can throw against this, and I mean, air units, fine, he has bullfrogs. Long range units, V-Force, ground army, we have ammo tanks, and infantry, we have conscripts and testicoils. I mean, I think this army just can go Q-move and destroy everything. Now, only one V4 rocket just gets sniped with the V4s, I'm sorry, striker VXs. Now, Tengus are now engaging on the hammer tanks, but not the best engagement that you would like to have. This terror drone, oh, you won't come on, at least that should survive. I mean, Dimon is actually shouldering his, ally. Uown is just having tier 2 units and he can't expand. He has 3 refineries, which is nice, but not the best is going to happen. Now, Battle Lab gets sniped by Dutcharmy. Very nice move coming from it's just Guardian tanks. And Bashley is now being scolded away from his own base, now goes for the seas, and not a bad move. At a point, all of our opponents are going to make a way to the seas. I mean, one way or another. Now, Dimon clearing out the midsection of the base. Also, this split is very dangerous. I hope he's not going to meet cryocopters of the Dutcharmy. But now he is, I think he wants to move to the Dutcharmy. I mean, the Dutcharmy has most of the time for aerial units rather than land units. Now, this sizable infantry met with the Tengus, dealing some damage. I mean, not the best, but they still do the best.
They are not so friendly.
Now, aerial forces, all of the cryocopters are now under threat of these bullfrogs. Now, striker VXs can match against the bullfrogs, and they are taking so much damage from everything on the ground. Cryocopters still trying to do their best to shrink these apocalypse tanks, at least, because apocalypse tanks can't be taken down with tier 2s. I mean, that's not going to happen. Tier 2 tank was just absorbing so much damage and goes down immediately. We have a combined force of Empire and the Dutcharmy's allies, and these are high-tech tier units. But again, it's not going to work very much. I mean, you have cryocopters, but Dimon's just pumping out so many apocalypse tanks. And where are the spy Dutcharmy? I mean, you only need a spy, and that would be great. Instead, you get all of your cryocopters get destroyed and goes missing to the bullfrog. Now, all of the striker VXs are not matching against this bullfrog, but now they can't fight. I mean, this splash damage is way too high. But now, anti-air is completely destroyed. All of these high-cost tier 3 units are now without any kind of air support. So this means one thing: all of these units are under the mercy of just one. I mean, these chopper VXs are going to be veteran very soon, and they already. But now bullfrogs have arrived, and it's too bad. They just shred them like into pieces. The only action I like in this game a lot is hydrofoil and the bullfrogs. Like when they get to tier 3, they become insane. Now satellite drop is being used on all refineries, so Dutcharmy can consider selling this building immediately. Okay, maybe. In the meantime, once again we see 3 tsunami tanks coming for the Uown, and Uown is just getting beaten a lot. Like, he just received so much hit. Try to hang on. Same applies for the Bashley as well. He has no Mecha Bay. So how is that going to work? I mean, it's like instead we see tsunami tanks, but I mean, come to think of it, this is Mirage tank, and just shred it. Nice feeding of the terror drones into the tanks of the ReadyPlayer1, yeah, indeed. Now finally Dimon realizes that he needs more mobility and goes for the tomb lasers, and also ReadyPlayer1 has a sizable navy. I mean, these are shoguns, and shoguns are very hard to deal with. The only solace that he may have is that terror drones, they do not have a natural effector for a terror drone. I mean, he can't repel it. He can only go for the base and pray that repair drones can fix it before getting destroyed, and that would be all. No dolphins, no anything like that. No stingrays, no natural defense. Oh, then it can be tier 3. Now, maybe that's not nice to have your all athletic cannons go into shield mode immediately. But now Dutcharmy losing, I mean, he's losing his opponents, like he's losing twice against a very angry man, lost his sleep. How did he get these Tengus? Ah, he has a mecha bay. Alright, nice. He realizes that, oh, my base is lost already, so let's make them believe in that bay. Dutcharmy is now sending a very small force to get rid of the rest of the buildings. Now this Peacekeeper, if he can't beat this... Ooh. Is this real? I mean, Javelin just missiles the heck out of this Imperial Warrior. Now I like this move because, I mean, land army is now exhausted, so we go for the air option immediately. And Dutcharmy lost a sizable amount of Apollo. Speaking of, I mean, Toon Blades always arrive to destination earlier than that, and granting a veterancy to this IFB for nothing. In the meantime, the main base of the EF, I guess. I think I'm a bit late because I think he left the game. Now it's between ReadyPlayer1 and Dutcharmy, and somehow Uown is still alive in this game. I mean, probably he had a loss of cash to spend and then decided to quit so he can be spared to do his allies. Now Air Force of the ReadyPlayer1 is just suffering a lot. But now meeting with some ammo tanks, one ammo tank gets sniped. Not that bad, but not that good either. Now these Tengus, if Dimon... I mean, either you can run your bullfrogs next to the Dimon's hammer tanks, or hammer tanks can move next to the bullfrogs, but maybe that's not going to happen in time soon. And now this heroic bullfrog unfortunately gets destroyed by the final splash damage of the VX rocket. Oh, that's actually a very nice anti-tier 3, maybe anti-tier 3 Navy. Uown is now, I think he's making a retreat. Does he have anything left? Oh, that's a sneaky one. He's expanding on EF space. Now Dimon is now trying to bring terror to the base of the ReadyPlayer1, but these are just depleted ore mine. I mean, they're soon to be depleted. Actually, you could just crash it. No, do not land with the Tengus. Actually, you are better at this. Don't do it. Uh-oh. What? Oh, come on. Ah, this is ridiculous. This is heavy damage for real. In the meantime, now Dutcharmy, its economy is a little bit exhausted, and now he can only field a few units with just supporting with, I mean, anti-air. But Dimon is still looking pretty good. I mean, he's not that good actually. Could be better. I mean, he started with a very nice, fat expansion point, but now he is a bit stricken down. Now this Mirage tank is causing lots of troubles, but now destroyed by the hammer tank. Now all of the players try to cuddle around in the mid, I can easily say that. But if possible, Dutcharmy can consider this moment to expand in a little bit in the different positions of the ore refineries. Like for example, this is inhabited for a very long time. And I don't think Bashley can field some units to deal damage. He has Tengus, but he can't be everywhere. Now this tsunami tank with star rank is taking matters into serious. It's just hammer tanks, and I think with the macro management error, if we only attacked this one instead of this one, it would be much better for him. Now Shogun gets sniped by the Toon Blades, and that's the job done. I mean, you don't need any further than that. But he still has access to these Imperial Dogs at tier 3, so that would be nice. Now, in the meantime, Bashley is trying to deal some damage from the flanks, but this base is pretty much well defended, and his air base is very nearby, so that would be difficult. Hit squad coming, this Uown is just not giving up, man. Against all odds and against everything, he still has some units, and he's trying to build these sparing cash that he had, but now Dutcharmy is not cutting him slack. They won't let him build anyway. Also, surprisingly, no super weapon coming from our players. They are tier 3. I mean, Dimon were tier 3, so Iron Curtain could be play. Dutcharmy is probably tier 3, so he could consider Chronosphere, and ReadyPlayer1 can actually just turtle around for a Silent Decimator. But I think that's not going to happen any soon. But now these Bullfrogs, unfortunately, meet their path with this little army of the Dutcharmy, and 2 of them gets destroyed already. Dutcharmy is continuing to make things difficult for the Bashley and destroying one of the oil refinery. Dimon is respawning and trying to build some anti-air defense, but that's not going to work anytime soon for him. No, Dutcharmy, come on! Wasn't that Singularity? Okay, Singularity has been used, but the delay is way too late, so he couldn't really grab any units. Okay, who could believe this? These, defenses have been built, and Bashley still has its access on refinery. Now Uown is strict to only 1 barracks. Does he have MCV? Okay, he has a reactor. I want to see this guy. No, he has only barracks. And he is stripped out of the cache as well. So lights are a bit out for our guy, that's for sure. Well, who could believe this? This is a very fat flak trooper army. A very fat, and can be destroyed with just 1 single peacekeeper. That's something. I think that will be the time for making a very sneaky play by moving your infantry all over around here. But there's barracks. That's not going to work anytime soon. Now, Dimon wants to engage on the ReadyPlayer1 and remnants of his base. If this base... No, that's not a very nice way to descend right now. But now Mirage tanks have arrived. 2 forces are going to be struck by... they are flanked, but they're not moving. These are so many hammer tanks. So these... all that matters, these Mirage tanks. The moment that Mirage tanks are destroyed, I don't think the flanking can work anytime soon. But Dutcharmy responding and making some javelins, which is very nice. Now, movements are happening. This tank cluster surprise coming for the aid of the Bashley. Tricopters shrinking more units. Tsunami tanks coming from the left. Mirage tanks coming from the right. And the most units are now being stricken down. These Tsunami tanks are now absorbing shots. But now Mirage tanks feeling safe with the points defense drones now taking down all of the tanks. Unfortunately, this army has been eviscerated. And now we see the sizable infantry army ready to move. I want to see a very, very, very big play with this army. Instead of being killed by, Tengus or just dying to multiple units, I want them to destroy a lot of stuff. Now there's also Delta airstrike used on this refinery. Dimon, I think he can still consider. Okay, very nice. Oh no, Cryogot! No, not this Black Trooper army! Oh, come on, man. Okay, Cryocopters are now completely exposed, and 1 Cryocopter and last Cryocopter remaining, and all of them are... no, not all of them are destroyed, one of them is still alive. Now, Dutcharmy also feeding his infantry to this toxic sludge. But come on, man, rest in peace for all of these Flak Troopers that couldn't do anything. Most unfortunately. Now, the best part for the Bashley is he's holding some of the expansion points. So, if Dutcharmy wants to expand, he will definitely need... he has to invest more. So that's not sounding very nice. On the meantime, ReadyPlayer1 is, in a state of destitute. He's destitute. He has only 2 depleted ore mines, no oil, no oil derricks, and I don't think he can afford to expand as well. There are, even though it's not very in that manner, but he's still playing against 3 players. Uown is now can be considered as 2 players, 1 player. I'm sorry, but because he has no construction, he has no cash, he has nothing else left. There's only one cryocopter, and the moment that this cryocopter is taken down in the game, I guess, now these Mirage tanks are hitting and running on the buildings and everything else. Now these bullfrogs are mating with the mission completed, I think. I mean, cryocopter is down. Now all you need to do is to dodge these Mirage tanks, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, I suppose. Dimon, do you want to... Ah, okay, I understand now. A very quick selling all the super reactor. I mean, that was very fast decision. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know how this guy... Does he have income? He's still producing flak troopers. Somewhere... Does he have anything else left? Now this remaining of the infantry also being crushed, and one of the Mirage tanks is eaten by the terror drone. I think the only problem is both ReadyPlayer1 and the Dutcharmy just sending armies to deal damage to the economy. But when they meet with Dimon's units, I mean, they just die. Oh, the MCV is now under threat with 3 tsunami tanks, and I don't think Dimon has any Tomb Blades left around. There's 2 striker reactors responding to the threat quickly, but I think that will be quite late for the MCV. 2 conscripts are just launching multiple cocktails, nothing casual here. Somehow Bashley... Okay, Bashley is still alive, but now he wants to handle ReadyPlayer1. And these are the last bits of his economy, by the way. I want to see how much cash he has left. He has left actually nothing. So if he loses these collectors, this will be the game for him. He must sell his buildings, and 1 collector goes on already. Now 1... Ooh, that was very quick. Okay, selling the... That's nice. But again, I mean, how is that going to work? A Mecha Bay is now taken down, sold in a reasonable time. A little bit cashback back out. Oh, this is tsunami tank. Not protected by, not even trying to crush it. MCV is now under threat. Now Bashley using the scatter move. I would rather consider going back a little bit. But now Dutcharmy can't respond to this. I think his economy is also down as well. But Dimon, on the meantime, losing his MCV. I mean, these striker wicks a little bit too late for the task. No, this collector. That's not the best move that you could possibly do. I mean, this is the final moment for you. And ReadyPlayer1 gets eliminated as well. I mean, there is no way he can recover from this. And I think, no, he's still in the game. But that's all from him now. In the meantime, there is only 2 superpowers left. Dutcharmy and Dimon. Dutcharmy on the left, he's now expanding, trying to expand over here. And that's not that bad, actually. This would be the moment, or this would be element that would let him win the game. Now the armies are meeting against each other, but I mean, hammer tank numbers are way too high against these Mirage tanks. Or maybe not. Dimon, a Tena bomber is being used, but it's missed. One of the Mirage tank is using cloaking field, but not going to work in this manner. All of the cryocopters are now taken away one more time, and Mirage tank just gets destroyed as well. I mean, Bashley is coming this, last moment to save his allies, everything he had, and some mysterious Tengu has appeared. Okay, this was the Tengu that taken down the collectors and the economy of the Dimon back there. Now, oh, it's actually destroying very quickly. Spice terror drone. Oh no! I mean, 1 terror drone, and that would be all he could ask for. But these are, I mean, look at the shape of our players. They're exhausted. You can easily tell them. Like, buildings are being sold. I'm trying to make the most valuable thing out of the game. Now, Chronosphere is being built. Is there somewhere a flak cannon or anything like that? The Bullfrog has arrived. Response has came. Now, oh. You can't make a terror drone. Probably you can't. I mean, he is
ready for the collection.
Dimon is also having a hard time with the economy as well. Now Dutcharmy is going to make the turtle move, I suppose. Also, he's still being very mindful and scouting the base. 25, okay. That's nice. I think if they can scout it, but I don't think they have MCV, but they can drop a satellite and end the ReadyPlayer1. Now, Bashley is trying to try shenanigans with Tank Buster Surprise, but Peacekeeper just arrives, earns his veterancy, and destroy all of them. Tengus are arriving. Is this a very good moment for doing an harassment run? Maybe. I mean, if one of them goes down, that's something. Okay, 2 of the collectors are still alive, so how is the situation for Dutcharmy? Not very good. But also, he is very in the line of power, so the moment that Dimon can use a satellite drop over here, for example, these power plants are going to be toast. So he must sell them to rebuild them. Or even worse, he may consider selling his own chronosphere, or he will be staying in low power mode for eternity.
Construction vehicle at your service.
Can someone kill this tsunami tank for real? I mean, Bashley, don't you have Yaris around? Just use F on it and kill it, because this tsunami tank is doing a lot of things. Is Dimon trying to build MCV, or is he in low power mode? Oh, the poor hammer tank. Just out already. Now Dutcharmy, realizing that his allies' base has been decimated, and sells off his infrastructure over there. He's now scouting around the map, and that's what he does only. Even though he had... Oh, come on. Just one... Let's look this on ReadyPlayer1's perspective. He has only 1 unit to command. His base is destroyed, 1 unit to command, and that's all. But he can actually do... Ooh. Risky proposition is arriving. Dimon is feeling sick and tired of it. No, the Tengu is here as well. And end of the game, end of the line for this. Now Dimon can consider selling the walls here and then like fetching this terror drone. But here's the trouble. This is the only unit that ReadyPlayer1 has. So if he's mindful, he will spot the terror drone. Did he spot the terror? Okay, he decides to quit. Now Dutcharmy adding 1 Tengu star rank to his... not that bad, but I would definitely use it over here. Or maybe over here. I mean, forcing a low power would make things much more easier. Now Dutcharmy has not a very big army. I mean, maybe Dutcharmy... Oh, that's a very bad joke, so I don't want to say it. Now, Dimon is trying to fend his opponent off as long as possible. I don't want... Oh, that's a very questionable super reactor. I will consider building over here. Ooh, Cryogadon used on just 1 single... Effective, for sure. But we still have 1 refinery, so happy for the Bashley, I guess. Alright, we see the wall. At any point, I mean, he can chronosphere his units over here and converse. I think he can destroy here and move there. The one thing for sure, I mean, he... Unlike the many other times, he does not have a cryocopter this time. So as long as he doesn't add a cryocopter to his army, these Mirage tanks can get destroyed. The sentry gun is being built. Cash bounty is used on this collector. If this sentry gun makes it alive and destroys this Tengu, Dimon will have a bleeding point. Balloon bomb is being used on barracks and the ammo facility, but I mean, am I thinking wrong? Infrastructure damage is something, but now the power is a lot of critical as well. All of the hammer tanks just get transferred out of the world. Now, that's 45 minutes. Dimon, is he going to do some crushing with MCV? Because I don't think that's going to... Ooh. Okay, that's nasty. From a Fisher. Now MCV escorting itself to the seas. In the meantime, I don't know if we're going to see any further things. I mean, at this point, the game looks into the eyes of the protocol power. So, having MCV is very valuable. Now, tank busters are here. That's something. But peacekeepers, there is nothing that peacekeepers. I mean, they don't have anything that can stop these peacekeepers. Now, entirely going for the seas are actually making sense of it, because this is a land army and you just can't stop this. We don't have a means of economy. We don't have means of anything else. Now, peacekeepers are now fighting valiantly and this time immediately. Okay, one terror drone. We're going to infect something worthwhile effort. I mean, I will probably try for this one, but Dutcharmy is also now farming over 3 depleted ore mines. Dimon should have some cashback over selling. Okay, he doesn't have that much. I wonder, is his MCV... Okay, MCV still survives, so that's actually good. So I wonder if satellite drop... Let's do the satellite drop. Let's see quickly. Oh, it's almost there. He has access. No, wait.
Who's looking for a good pounding?
Doesn't have access to mass production. Come on. I mean, just for grinder threads. Oh, the death there's a line for. And it's just a moment for the nanotech mainframe.
Who's looking for a good pounding?
How did he get that one? He may preserve the money for the refinery to replenish it. Now riptides are being built as well. He wants to deal with the Bashley as soon as possible. This army is now being under attack. I mean, Mirage tanks are handling these terror drones. A very hefty and very nice trade is happening around here. Now hammer tanks want to have that juicy spectrum cannon weapon. I don't think they are going to do any sooner. Yep, this is the game. For, I mean, all is left for protocol powers. They will slowly run it down. Now, Chronosphere is online, so how is he going to use it? Do not lose the... Oh! That was a... Alright, he wanted to use on the hammer tanks. But I don't think he caught anything significant. Now, is he going to form one aircraft carrier to finish the game? Now, Riptides attacking the sea expansion. Dimon is... Oh, come on. Please establish the walls as soon as possible. Now, this refinery is what it takes for this game. I mean, Dutcharmy, if loses access to this one, I don't think he can handle it. Now... Oh, this refinery can actually gets destroyed with the tier 3 satellite drop. Well, a powerful blow for sure, but do not lose! Oh, don't lose the Yari. It gives you the access and the very nice use of the singularity. Now all of these Mirage tanks are just stuck in one single point, and one Mirage tank gets sniped on the field. Ooh, Cryocopter has arrived on the field, and now tier 3 hammer tank should not die. Oh, that's nice.
Somebody's looking for trouble.
I mean, Emperor's Rage is thanks to Bashley. Emperor's Rage is used. Everton couldn't even crush like Dimon. I don't know if he did this intentionally or not, but masterfully played around the Mirage tank and killed it on the last second. And Javelin can't deal damage to Shrunk with this. And Dutcharmy can hold against this coalition of exhausted players. I mean, he still has Chronosphere, but Chronosphere ticking for 1 minute. For 1 minute, this base can be destroyed, rebuilt, and destroyed again. More protocol powers are being used. This is, I mean, Empire suicide drones are just very annoying, as you can see. Cryoguidance is being used, but, I mean, just catching 3 tank buses and that would be all. If he could have control, he could use it over here and destroy the Bashley clusters economy, but Dutcharmy is now losing everything he has. The last building, the Chronosphere, iconic moment, perhaps the last mission of the Weather 2, but gets destroyed as well. Now there's only... He has one shrunk MCV. Oh, come on, that was very sad, but now Tier 3 Apollo just gets destroyed too, and Dutcharmy realizes that he can't contest any further and taps out the game. That was a very sick and insane game, I have to say. At the moment, I had even some trouble with tracking the events in the game because so many things happened. I mean, kudos to all of our players around here. It was quite unlucky for Uown to get just... I mean, he get a Dojo Core and then targeted with the Multigunner turrets in his base and slowed him down a lot. But then, I mean, Bashley had some... I mean, he had a very intense resolve and he didn't just quit and let it go. Instead, he always tried to support his teammate Dimon. It was an insane game. So, guys, thank you for watching the game. And this is... I think this game is a nice game for... at least to be the first cast of this new year, 2024. So I hope you like what you see here. Feel free to comment as well and consider subscribing. Until then, stay tuned.